Hi, this is Jody Offit, and I will be presenting my project presentation, Reading and Comprehension in Math. My Prezi is not working well with ScreenPal, so I apologize. So I am in presenter mode, so I do apologize for that. But you can still see everything just fine. So the lesson overview, of course, I wanted to make sure that I correlated with the state standards. So making sure to show in this lesson that students will be able to read critically in content areas. And they'll also be working on computation and estimation. The teacher in this instance will explain how reading comprehension is critical in helping to decipher word problems in math. The teacher will distribute a wheels worksheet to the students, and in this worksheet, students will use vocabulary to complete the worksheet. So with this instance, this is something that I've had in my file, but I revamped it a little bit, and I made it more conversational and relevant to today. So how would you look for a car today? So what I did was create this paper or this assessment. I have a dream car, do you? But how much does it cost in reality? So I think doing lessons like this and really focusing on understanding the material and comprehension is probably going to save them in one way or another when they're an adult and working on negotiating a loan for a house or what have you. But reading comprehension, it starts with that. So I made it more user-friendly, as I think being able make it fun and interesting, especially when they can look at any kind of car. So I had said to research in their local area, choose a car you would like to purchase. In the box below, please add the link to your choice so that I can see what they're looking at. And it can be new or used. And then I go on to talk about financing. For this particular exercise, I made it that the students have 25% of the car's value to put down towards a payment or for a down payment on the car. So they would have to figure that out as well. And I also say, show your work. That helps me understand that, they're not just, writing something down haphazardly, that they are really taking the time to do the exercise. And then the interest rate, this will be changed by a bank or, of course, we know that, and it's also based on your credit. So interest rates can be ridiculous if your credit's not very good. But that's something that I would actually talk to the kids about too. So how many years do you want the car for? What's your interest rate? And then in the last part, this would be a front and back assessment. So the students would have the back to show their work and explain, calculate their interest, their monthly payment, and then, of course, the total cost of the loan. So they can see a visual on how much money the bank's really going to be making off of your purchase of this car. And then the vocab, what I usually do is would hand out a pile of index cards and go over the vocabulary that's associated with this lesson, but also encourage them to jot down vocabulary words that they're not all that familiar with. So specifically, though, we're going to review down payment, interest, what is financing. And then the whys, why are we doing this? So I will assess whether the students grasp financing so they are aware, oh my goodness, I'm sorry, so that they are aware as adults. And then teacher will distribute assessments after reviewing the vocabulary and scaffold exercises. And then how does this help? So this helps to demonstrate to students how math is a part of their everyday life and how crucial it is to know, so you're not being taken advantage of, really. And then instructional needs for students. Excuse me, just gonna move that. Okay, so students and instructional needs. Um, the content, so I'm going to assess whether students have enough background to complete. So that's why I think it's important to do some kind of scaffolding exercise, reviewing the vocabulary, just to make sure that everybody is on the same page. And then also, again, it will allow the students to correlate this with real life scenarios. So we could even do that as part of the warm up activity. What are some ways that math can affect you in financing, in banks, in credit cards, in your job, in taxes, all of that. So there's a lot crossover too that could be used in this lesson. Lesson needs, of course, the index cards, paper clips to keep them together so I'm not chasing index cards everywhere, pencils, pens, notebooks, computers, the wheels worksheet, and then, of course, calculators. And then the accommodation in lesson and assessment. So calculators will be provided for all of the students. And I will make sure to include a guide on how to use it as a reminder. Vocabulary cards that will be created will be of use. So again, they can keep them out. It's not like they don't have any kind of aid in completing this assessment. I said working in small groups or in with the teacher. So some of these students would need small group instruction. And then specifically with Alex, I would, so that he's not feeling singled out, I would probably have him with a small group and come over and sit with me at a desk area so that we can talk about it further and answer any questions that they have. Of course, I'd be available for the other students too. And then the learners and the intended target. During the scaffolding exercise and vocabulary review, I will be able to ascertain what students need additional instructions with before beginning. And I would ask for examples, generate discussion on the vocabulary, and a teacher would assist students as needed. Working in pairs also will lead to collaboration. And then just to reiterate from the lesson that I had turned in, this is just one of Alex's goals that I came up with. Alex will be able to independently explain and complete the operations used to make various calculations in math. These will include division, multiplication, and algebraic formulas, which we're covering a lot with this goal in this lesson, calculations in math, because he will have to divide, he will have to multiply for sure. And in finding the finance rate and the interest rate, all of that good stuff. So I wanted to go back to and just highlight and go in on, yeah, there, that's better. So with this worksheet too, this is definitely the focus of my lesson. It's not overly hard, but I do see where the kids would have a good time doing this exercise. And also working together, comparing, hey, I see you're trying to do financing for a Porsche, or how much would a monthly payment be on a Bentley? They can be as extravagant as they want. I think it would be fun. But understanding how to create math formulas out of written word is truly something that is a talent and something that students need to have experience with, and especially prior to becoming an adult. So this is one of the best ways to get them ready for that. So thank you and have a good day.